What's going on YouTube? This is KL Lamont. Welcome back to Synergy. Today on our segment, we're gonna have a whole conversation and topic focus of the Naca home buying process, but in particular, your first intake session. And this is very, very, very important because in our last video, we talked about the home workshop, which is step one. And then step two that you're gonna end up going through is the first intake session, which is an exciting time, but it's also one of the most frustrating parts of the process that I know a lot of different people struggle to get through. So I'm gonna try to give you my experience, some helpful suggestions, and then after that, if you got any more questions, leave it down in the comment section and I'll make sure I answer them for you. So starting off with that, my first Naca intake session, this is what you have to expect. When you get to the intake session, your Naca counselor is going to expect you to have some things with you. And these things are documents. They're going to be your financial documents. They're going to want to see your pay stubs. They're going to want to see reoccurring bills. They're going to see your bank account. They want to see any credit card statements that you're going to have, and W-2s and other financially related documents. I would just say if you got something and it's a financial bill, if it's a payment, if it's a pay stub, package all that inside of a binder, zip it up, and take it with you to the intake session. So with this going on, my first experience at an intake session was I came into the Naca office, and when you walk in, it's always a sign-in sheet. You know, everywhere nowadays, there's always a sign-in sheet, something you write your name on. So I filled my name out on the sign-in sheet, and after I put my name out on the sign-in sheet, about 10-15 minutes went by, and after that, a guy came out of the bag and he said, "Hey, you know, I'm your Naca counselor, and I'm gonna be the guy that's working on your whole intake process." So I went to back and he asked me a ton of questions. What's my name? What's my address? He needed a copy of my driver's license. He got the whole 9 yards, and then he started asking me questions that were in relation to my financial situation. He said, "Hey, you know, what's your current salary? How much are you making?" I told him that. He said, "Well, how much money do you have saved up in your bank account?" I told him what that was. At the time, they're also going to ask you how much are you currently paying for rent. So you might want to also bring any type of lease or rental agreement with you. So when you turn that in, the key aspect behind that is they want to see a successful payment history of you, because that's going to help determine how much money you're able to spend. So you sit there, you give them all of that information, and then eventually and whatnot, they're building a profile of you. And once you get that profile built, you're going to be able to start moving on to the Naca qualification process, which comes after the intake session. So with the intake session or whatnot, you're going to have that, and you're going to be missing something. All right, you're definitely going to be missing some type of financial document, regardless if it's a pay stub. It may possibly be a bank statement, it may be a credit card statement, but to put you ahead of the curve, which that's what I want to do for all my viewers, I want to make sure you guys are ready to not trip and fall in some of the areas I tripped and fell in when I was going through the process. So what you're probably going to want to do to make sure that you get through this intake session and hurry up and get Naca qualified so you get that house of your dreams, you're going to want to make sure that you're keeping a binder. You're going to want to make sure that for your pay stubs and stuff, you're keeping a running history for about 2 years. To get Naca qualified or whatnot, you're going to probably want to keep a running history for about 2 years. Any leasing agreements, you're going to want to get your W-2s. You're going to want your tax transcripts. If you don't have your tax transcripts, it's easy. It's not as complicated as people make it seem. Go on the IRS website and you should be able to put in your social security number, and they should be able to produce these documents. They'll send it to you free of charge. You won't have to worry about paying anything. You may have to work 2 weeks, but you may have to wait 2 weeks. So the reason I'm telling you this now is because when I went to my first intake session, I didn't know about I need my tax transcripts. I had no clue I needed my past couple years of W-2s, right? I had no clue I needed a leasing agreement. At that point in time, I was staying with my parents. I was literally staying with my parents, and it was a great situation, but at the same time, if you're staying with your parents, I don't have a leasing agreement with my parents, so it made the situation a little more complex, to say the least. So in order to get past these complexities in the situation, what I ended up doing is, with my bank statement, for me or whatnot, I took out the same amount every month to pay my parents, because I was still giving them money to contribute back towards the house. And what they call this inside of the Naca program, they call this the household contribution, right? So in a scenario like that, they have a whole template for your parent or whoever you're staying with. This could be an auntie, a cousin, a guardian, a friend, right? They fill out like, hey, KL Lamont has lived here from this date to this date. He pays me X amount on each day of the month, right? And once you get that filled out, you'll be set. In addition to that, NACA is also gonna request a credit report. Now keep in mind, your credit score does not matter. What they're pulling your credit report to do is to look at your payment history. I'm gonna say that one more time for you. When they ask you for your credit report, the score doesn't matter. The thing that they're looking for is a consistent payment history. That does matter. So the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of times when people hear the word credit report, I don't know what your credit score is. It could be, 850, or it could be fucking 300. Who cares? But the point of the matter is, when they pull it or whatnot, they're just looking for your payment history. Now, if your payment history is messed up, don't worry, because NACA is a program about improving you. It's not about, hey, your credit stuff is not right, you don't qualify for this program. No, that's not how it works. It's your credit's not right, let's plan out the next steps that we need to do to get you qualified for NACA. And being a person that went through the program, I can tell you that they're definitely true to their word as far as taking the next step to qualify. It may take you some time. If I told you the full time and process that it took me to get qualified, so I started the NACA process March 2018. That's when I first went to my first workshop. And I closed on my house December 18, 2018. So it took me a little under a year. And there were things that I had to get situated. I had student loans that I had to get situated. I was currently in school, so that made it even more difficult to get my student loans situation situated. But I don't want that to deter you, because you can still qualify if you got some things on your credit report that you can fix. Only thing that you have to be willing to do is put forth the effort to get that done. So all those are the things that you're going to need at the intake session. I did mine a little bit different to keep all my documents organized. I ended up using Google Drive. I made a folder like you would on any computer, and I made folders within folders. One was titled pay stubs, the other one was titled bank statements, the other one was titled leasing contracts. And after I put all that information, one was called W-2s. I would put my W-2s, my tax transcripts, and all these folders online. And that way it was organized. And you can do this on your phone. The easy way to do this on your phone is download an app called Cam Scanner. And what that allows you to do is scan a document on your phone, right? So I scanned all my documents in, and then if I needed to print them off, I had the hard copies on me in a folder that I would take to all my NACA intake sessions. But to bring this to some type of closure about the first intake session, so after you have this conversation with this, you guys come up with a plan, you decide how much money you can afford. The amount of money that you can afford for your first house is usually a reflection of two things, right? How much money you're already paying for rent in your current leasing agreement or rental agreement, even if you're staying with family, if you're contributing. And then two, how much money you've been saving separately. So let me give you a scenario. So let's say your rent with whoever you're staying with, let's say it's $400. If it's $400, and let's say outside of that $400, you're able to save $500 on the side. Then when you're looking at your NACA mortgage, you take that $400 and you take that five, you put them together, and now you can probably afford about $900 in a mortgage. And then the next question that Naca is going to ask you is, all right, what area do you want to live in? And then they crunch all that together, they find out the property taxes, and they give you a good rate, and they tell you like, hey, yeah, this is the area that you can afford. Are there any other areas that you're looking for? And you are able to build that profile I was telling you about a little bit earlier in the video and make things work. And that's pretty much the first intake session in a nutshell. If you got more questions, leave them down in the comment section. Do me a favor, if you enjoy my content, I need your help to bring more content to you and whatnot. Like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment below. Thank you. This is Kale Lamont from Synergy signing out.